PokeguyDavid again. This is a bit of a more simple tutorial that I'm going to make for you. It is how to make an enemy. There's a lot of confusion about enemies, so I'm just going to make this as simple as possible. When you're making an enemy, you don't need to make it out of dissolve. That is something that took me a while to figure out. All you need to do is attach a brain to it. By attaching a brain, you're essentially making it out of dissolve, and you don't need to add that component. I like the sound it makes. Ready? I don't know if you can hear that, but there are, in a sense, basically just two parts to an enemy. They are the enemy itself and then the danger. In this case, it's going to be a really simple enemy. I'm just going to electrify it. It's going to have two eyes. And I'm going to use wheels. Now the point is, you cannot use wheels that you've made out of, say, motor bolts or wheels and then expect the brain to tell them what to do. You'll have to tweak that yourself. But if you use the wheels that are present in your tool bag, you'll notice that you can't tweak them. Pressing square. The brain controls the wheels as long as they're attached to the same object. So what do you want it to do? Do you want it to ignore the Sackboy, follow it, or flee from it? I'm just going to say ignore. Vulnerable, yes. Movement speed, 1 is very slow. To give you an idea, pretty slow. I usually have it around like 4. This might be a little bit fast for this guy though. Alright. I accidentally put a little jump in there. Sorry about that. So there we have a pretty good movement speed. For a top-heavy square like this though, I think I might make it just like 3. Then, yeah, like you just saw, this can make it jump. This is how long it will jump, and this is how strongly it will jump. But I'm going to kind of ignore those. A problem with creatures, again, is they are mindless in a sense. So you really have to tell them what to do. What that basically means is you have to give them boundaries. That's what these creature navigators are for. They will never go past these by their own power. They simply will not. So what that does is it'll just go continuously back and forth between these two, but never go past them. It's kind of wobbling around a little bit lopsidedly, but it really doesn't matter too much. Now, you can make enemies as simple or as complicated as you like them, but the simplest version of an enemy would kill you if you were to touch it. And then in order to beat it, you jump on top of it like a Goomba. Notice how the whole thing dissolves. Anything attached to the brain will dissolve. Just want to make that clear. Now, if I attach another thing to this creature, and turn grid off here. I'm going to take a little piece of sponge, right? I'm just going to kind of glue it on, make it smaller so it doesn't really screw it over too much. But like a piece of sponge right there, okay? If it's fastened in any way, it can be a bolt, it can be a string or a rod, or just glued, it will all dissolve. So you don't need to make an enemy out of dissolve. You can make it out of metal, sponge, in my case wood. But that's basically how you would make a simple enemy. Now of course you can make this about as simple as you want to. This next section I'm just going to make a somewhat complex enemy, and I'm going to speed it up. So just enjoy that little section here. Okay, so here we go. There's our first enemy. Now this enemy looks incredibly weird, but is the basic idea of what you want to go for. You can make it as complex as you want, and you can have it be a multi-stage. For example, I can't get to the brain till I hit that button, and then I may hit it, and it all falls apart. So thank you for watching this tutorial. I'll see you guys later. Bye.